Cat, I think it's a good time to have this conversation because we have this lovely chart right in front of us. We should maybe have a fun time to talk about who's the strongest and weakest 6-star year by year in AK. I think I'll scope this in two ways. One, during that year itself, who's the strongest and weakest, and then maybe now in current times of AK, who's the strongest and weakest, year by year, okay? So like if we start from launch, for instance, right? So at launch, we had Chen, Siege, Shining, Nightingale, Ifrit, Aya, Exia, Angelina, Silver Ash, Hoshiguma, and Saria. Okay, during that time, we had the big three, which was Aya, Exu, and Silver Ash. So clearly, if I say that there's a strongest 6-star, it would have to be one of them. I feel like Aya was the strongest in that year. Exia was the most popular, I feel. And then Silver Ash is the second most popular and Aya is the third most popular. But I think strength-wise, Aya is the strongest because there was less things countering her at that point in time. And the Volcano was very good. Even if you don't use the Volcano skill, you had the skill 2 that happens. So that's pretty great. I feel like I need to include the year 1 operators into launch because I realized this just specifically states launch and Chen wasn't really launch. Chen was year 1. You know what? No, fine. I'll separate launch and year 1. So just launch characters, day 1 characters itself. Yeah, I think Aya is the strongest. Who's the weakest launch character? I don't think... Okay, in that launch time, I don't think Siege was the weakest. I think weakest might be... I think it might be Nightingale. If you say like now in the game, Nightingale is very strong. Very, very, very strong. Because when launch happened, I don't think anyone understood why Nightingale is good. And I think Shining was slightly more popular than Nightingale usage-wise. Yeah, there wasn't much arts enemies when the game first started. So even though Nightingale added resistance, it's like how when we talk about... Funny, I mentioned Enfield when we're doing an AK video. But like how Enfield don't have enemies with resistance right now, AK didn't exist with much casters back then. So Nightingale felt weak, like you don't know the purpose. So I'm going to say it as that. At launch, Nightingale weakest, Aya strongest. If it's current times, strongest 6-star in current times. At launch, I think it's Nightingale. It's not Ifrit. Ifrit is pretty good of a shout, but I think it's Nightingale. Saria, hard to say. I mean, if I only compare across launch operators, Saria is pretty freaking strong. But I think it's Nightingale in current today times. So we're only ranking strongest characters and weakest characters only in the time frame that they're in. Okay, not comparing to other operators. Just looking at that batch. I think in that batch, Nightingale. Who would be the weakest 6-star from launch in today's time? Siege. Should be the weakest 6-star, I would say. So we're done with the launch. Okay, year 1, including Chen, because Chen was not launch. Okay, so in year 1, Skadi, Chen, Schwartz, Helliger, Magalan, Mostima, Blaze, Ark, Nien, Kyobi, Bagpipe, and Phantom. Ooh, strongest 6-star of its time. Blaze. Everyone thought Blaze was insane during that year because Blaze was in all the AFK farms. Or it could be Bagpipe. But I feel like it's a close fight. It's either Bagpipe or Blaze in that year. But Bagpipe was just an enabler. People aren't always using Bagpipe for damage. So I feel like Blaze is stronger. Worst 6-star of its time? I think it's Mostima. I don't think it was Ark. Because Ark had some silliness that people thought was funny. Like, it's close. I think it's between Mostima, Helliger, and Ark. But during that year, Helliger was a little bit oversold because there were a lot of weak enemies which made Helliger look good. And then like even though Mostima was released, people still use Aya, and people still use Angelina, and people use Ifrit, but people don't use Mostima. So I feel like Mostima was the weakest of its time. So side by side, weakest year 1, Mostima, strongest year 1, Blaze. Okay, if the year 1 operators in current times, who's the strongest 6-star? TOB should be the strongest 6-star in current today times. Who's the weakest 6-star in current today's time? In year 1, I think Helliger. Ark still can buff, but Helliger you barely want to use him. No one uses Helliger nowadays. Seriously, I don't think so. Like people still, very, very, very niche people can pick Schwartz, can pick Chen, can pick Magalan. I don't think anyone thinks about picking Helliger. Yeah, Scatty still gets used today. So worst 6-star year 1 current times Helliger, best 6-star current times KOB. Okay, let's look at year 2. Year 2 had W, Widi, Rosa, Suzuran, Tons, Eunectus, Surtur, Blemishine, Rosmontes, Mudrock, Mountain, Aketo, Dusk, Saga, Ash, Passenger. Strongest 6-star in that time. Wow, year 2 is bad, man. Oh, Surtur. Oh, yeah. Surtur. Surtur was named like the big 4 after Surtur got released. Like, Surtur got added to the batch of strongest characters. It rocked the world when they released a character that ignored resistance during that time. Weakest 6-star in year 2. Who wasn't cared for? Say it to Rosmontes. I don't think it was Aketo. Oh, it could be Passenger. It could be Dusk. Oh, I think it's between Rosmonte's Passenger and Dusk. And Passenger went through so much buffs. I think at that time Passenger is the worst in year 2. I wasn't that much of a Passenger user, but at that, when I think back to it, yeah, people are complaining that his damage was just way too low for a 6-star. No, I don't think Eunectus was the weakest. Eunectus looked like shit use. Okay, we got our answer. Weakest Passenger and strongest Surtur. Okay, current times. Year 2 unit. Who's the strongest? Oh, that's tough, man. Is it still Surtur? Suzu? No, I don't think it's Mountain. They're all very close. Okay, who are my options? I'll say Suzu's a strong one. Surtur's a strong one, Mudrock's a strong one, and Mountain's a strong one. I would say Taunt's the strongest in today's time. I think everyone will have different answers here. I'll go with my answer. I think my answer is Surtur still. But I would very, very closely say Suzuran as the strongest 6-star in today's time. Like, I don't feel bad if I change my mind and say Suzuran, but I think Surtur is still the strongest in today's time. Weakest 6-star of year 2 if used today. Dusk. I think Eunectus is more useful than Dusk. Rossa is still good. Rossa is very good in fact. Lemmy still has some use case. Rosmo is okay. People start to learn Rosmo over the years. Aketo is so weak, but Aketo has a decent multi-target niche. Dusk attacks very slowly. You can force Saga to look good, so I think Dusk is the worst. Aketo with IS mod, I don't really regard the IS mod. I kind of think overall, but not wrong, it gives her a little bit of bump. And Passenger got fixed by a lot of things, and a lot of game modes. So yeah. Okay, let's go year 3. Oh, what a batch. Skadi Outer, Gladia, Keltsit, Carnelian, Palas, Chen, Mizuki, Silek, Fartooth, No Alter, Flametail, Gnosis, Ling, League, Golden Glow, Yameta, and Horn. Strongest of his time, Keltsit. No, or is it Chen Alter? No, Ling! 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 Ling made waves. It has to be Ling. Ling was so talked about in year 3 because she was a soloist. She solos everything in the game. Everyone was like either happy or upset that you can one operator so many stages with Ling. I mean, the second closest is Chet, although I would rate Keltsit higher than Chet. Weakest 6-star of its time. Ooh, that's a tough one. Wow, year 3 have very high highs and very low lows. Alas, no, I feel like I feel like during that time, I rated Mizuki worse than Palas. Fartooth felt useful when she was released in that year, because people thought the niche was helpful. Flametail also felt helpful in that year. People thought the dodge was cool. And then Lee also was regarded as like cool because of the whole pushing mechanic. And Fear Meta also looked cool. I think Mizuki was the least regarded in year 3. It also didn't help that Mizuki was with Chen Outer. So because Chen Outer looks so good and Mizuki looks so bad, that it made people feel even worse about Mizuki. Carnelian didn't feel useless at that time, because Carnelian was the first AoE caster, like true AoE caster in the game, before Lin. So Carnelian felt good during that time. I think Mizuki was the worst in year 3. Okay, so Mizuki and Link. Now change the question. Best year 3 unit in today's time. Ooh, I feel like there's a few good options. Ooh, there's some really good choices here. There's Gladia, there's Keltsit, there's Golden Glow. I don't think Horn would be up there. I don't think Horn would be the best. Gladia is very accessible. Like, it's so easy to get her, which gives her a bit of extra points. I don't think Skadi will be in the best 6-star today discussion. I think it's Keltsit. If a person has a very weak account and I add one 6-star out of these 3, I think Keltsit helps a person's account the best compared to Gladia. Like, if you can get them for free, that is. Like, imagine you don't have to go through any pools and whatnot. Like, Keltsit should be the strongest to help someone in an account. I'd say Gladia is the second and Golden Glow is the third. In my opinion, Keltsit strongest in today's time. Weakest 6-star in today's time. What the hell, man? Year 3 is trash. This is why I say the Colonel Headhunting banner is gonna look so bad very soon. No, it already looks bad because they just added Gnosis and Lee. Bro, okay, you have Carnelian, who I think is pretty low. Fartooth is pretty low. I think it's just is it just those two? Lee is kind of difficult to use, but at least Lee is a decent niche. And Flametail is also a little bit weird. Palas is also kind of bad, but I think it's Carnelian. Because Carnelian's damage just never feels enough, despite the fact that it's so counterintuitive. Like, Carnelian is known as a very high damage dealer when she was first released, and even with modules and stuff, they couldn't like exactly fix her. So I think Carnelian is the worst in today's time. But yeah, year 3 6-stars are so bad. Like, compared to the year 1 and year 2 counterparts, I kind of feel like you don't feel very happy when you pull certain year 3 units in the current time of the game. So, okay, Carnelian's the worst 6-star And Kelsey's the best. Okay, let's look at year 4. Irene, Spectre Alter, Lumen, Ebonhalls, Dorothy, Gavial Alter, Pozemka, Moina, Stainless Penance, Texas Alter, Vigil, Reed Alter, Lin, Chongyue Chiupai, Kirin Yato, and Ines. Whoa! Strongest 6-star of its time. Guys, I think Ines was released a little bit too late. If I really time frame only to year 4, I feel like it took a while for people to think that Ines was good. I feel like more people thought Texas Alter was good than Ines during its time. It could be Moina though. No, people also thought Moina was insane because Moina was used in every guide. So it clouds everyone's vision that Moina is the best 6-star because of his damage ceiling. Okay, again, time frame only to year 4. What is the strongest? I want to say Texas Alter, and I think Moina is a very, very close second. I think a lot of people just love the flexibility of Texas Alter during that year. So she's the best 6-star in year 4. Worst 6-star in year 4. Who are the shouts? Ebonhalls? Did people not value Stainless? No, I think people kinda understood Stainless. And then you have Vigil. Yeah, year 4 is good though. Year 4 has a lot of strong people. I think it was Vigil. Vigil felt like he had no damage. I think it's Vigil. Vigil is the worst 6-star of its time. So basically, Texas Alter banner released the best and worst 6-star. Well, thank heavens that Vigil is a welfare unit and not a on-banner unit. Okay, switch. Year 4 into current times. Who would be the best 6-star? Ines, right? Has to be. Ines is the best 6-star in current times. The other people are all very the second, third person you consider type of category. Weakest 6-star in today's time in year 4. Again, who are the shouts? Vigil is still in the shout. Ebonhalls. Pozionka is kind of in the shout a little bit because, but then again, Pozionka's in the shout because people don't like single target people as much anymore. Irene's actually still okay if you use her correctly. Penance feels kind of weak actually. Kyupai is okay, Kirinato's okay, Chongyu's okay. Okay, between Vigil and Ebonhalls, I still think it's Vigil, right? So Vigil is the worst 6-star of that year, and Vigil is still the worst 6-star in current times. He's the first one that, wait, we've went through launch 4 years down, and we got someone that stayed worst in twice ranking. Wow. I don't think he's that bad, guys. I still think he's a genuine 6-star. Good though, he get consistency award. Okay, now we're looking right above me. We're looking at year 5, okay? Ho Heyak, Muses, Silence Alter, Executor Alter, Typhon, Air Alter, Swire Alter. A lot of alters in that year, man. Swire Alter, Jessica Alter, Hodera, Virtuosa, Viviana, Lessing, Dagonbreaker, Ray, Shu, Tuola, Ella, and Escalon. What a strong set of 6-stars. Who is the strongest 6-star of that year? Wowee! Who's a good shout? Aya Alter is a good shout. Virtuosa is another good one. Dagonbreaker felt strong, but I don't think people thought she was the strongest. Ray also felt very strong. Typhon and Ray were in the conversation of that year. Shu felt nice, but I don't think people thought Shu was necessarily the strongest in that year. I feel like people were still learning how to use Shu in the time frame of year 5. Zola was also a character that people were learning how to use by the end of year 5. Ella is very good though, but I feel like Ella's very good, but people in that year didn't understand how to use Ella properly. And Escalon appeared at the very back of the year. So like, if I really strictly time frame to year 5, people still didn't quite figure out that Escalon was broken in their own way. If I go by community opinion, I feel like the strongest should be Ayer Alter. Even though it's weird because it's like a healing unit. Like if I did a survey at the end of the year, and the community did it, my guess is Ayer Alter will be rank 1 at the end of the year. But in terms of actual power during that year, I feel like Ella should be the strongest in that year. So in this case, what I'm saying is if everybody like understood and then considered the ease of use, I think Ella is the strongest 6-star of year 5. Power is like Ray or Ella, but Ella's so much more fluid to use than Ray is. My main answer would be Ella as the strongest 6-star of year 5 in that time. Who's the weakest 6-star? Oh wow, there's Lessing. I don't think Swire Alter is that weak, but people didn't understand how to use Swire Alter. And there's Silence Alter as well. People also don't know how to use Silence Alter. Silence Alter is my least used 6-star. And there's also Ho Heyak. Oh shit me. I think it's Ho Heyak. Ho Heyak's utility is so bad that makes people very confused how to actually use her. Lessing also, I mean, okay, no, it's between the two of them. You know what? Nah. They both have niches that looks like a good niche, but actually isn't. You know what? I'm gonna say Lessing is worse. Was Lessing hyped at that time? I feel like Ho Heyak was also hyped in that year. Okay. Worst 6-star of his time? Lessing. Best 6-star of his time? Ella. Alright, who's the best 6-star of current times? Oh yeah, and then I said community opinion would have been Ayer Alter. Best 6-star of current times, if it was just that year. Yeah, it's Escalon or Shu. But Shu needs you to have the sweet team. I think it's Escalon. I think Escalon's ease of use is so much better than Shu. Shu might be a close second, I think. Yes, Escalon has insane DOT, insane movement speed down. I know Shu has a teleport and like great healing and great buffing to everyone. But then again, Shu, I mean, you don't need the sweet siblings. You can also buff it by like the different classes and the same classes stuff that Shu have on the talent. but I think Escalon is good. Worst 6-star in current times. Is it still Lessing? Or is it someone else? I guess it still is Lessing, right? Because Hoheyak is a module that kinda fit her a little bit. I think it's Lessing then. So we have two bro! The two consistent guys are on top and bottom of each other. We have Vigil and Lessing. What a pair. Look at them. Exactly in the same frame. Wow. Amazing. Let's move on, shall we? Year 6. Guys, before I even list the names, we already know who's strongest. Year 6 is so powerful. Year 6 is the year of Aura Farm, bro. Logos with Citadel, Silverlight Eternal, Ulpianius, Narantia, Pepe, Nymph, Marcel, Vina Victoria, Lapland, Alter, Valpis Folia, Crown Slayer, Taunts, Blaze, Yu, Entelekia, Necrest, and Monster. I think there's a clear-cut strongest and weakest 6-star without the need to discuss. Wizardel is the strongest, Crown Slayer is the weakest. Easily. No need to say anything. We know that's the obvious answer in that year. And this was a time when there wasn't even any modules. So that's it. It's interesting because from year 6 to year 7, it's not that far, but we're still gonna discuss anyways. So who's the strongest in current times? Yeah, I guess it's still Wizardel. Genuinely, there's just so many strong characters, right? Logos is powerful. Ulpianius is powerful. Bias Opinion Narantia is good. I know people won't say the same. Lapland is very, very nice and easy to use. Yu is pretty sweet. Monster is pretty sweet. But of course, Wizardel is still the strongest. So that's that. Now, weakest 6-star is the one that might change. I don't think Crown Slayer is the weakest 6-star. I think in today's time, Necrest is pretty good, Entelekia is pretty good. Blaze is a bit strange. I think it's between Blaze and Pepe. I don't think Vina Victoria is weak because Vina Victoria at least has the whole block and true damage stuff going on, which if used correctly is kinda sweet. No, Marcel's not that bad. Marcel does have nice consistent stun times when you use her correctly. And Valpis is also pretty good as a Pioneer Vanguard to use. I think it's Pepe. Pepe is very difficult to play correctly. So that's my answer. Pepe is the weakest 6-star. Sorry Pepe, sad to be you, but that's just what it is. Okay, well, we don't have to talk about current times for this one because we're just down to year 7. And interestingly, there's also the newest characters, so we'll talk about that. Lemuen, Exu Alter, Sanctum, Exceperato, Tragodia, Leizi Alter, Haruka, Hoshi Alter. Bro, year 7 is strong! Sakiko, Mantra, Silver Ash Alter, Premonix Alter, SG Alter, Nasty, TT, Chen Alter the second, Wang, and Baloney. Now the question is, I'm pretty certain it's between Tragodia and Wang. But who is stronger? I mean, year 7 is also the first year that they introduced 2 7-star operators, right? Tragodia and Wang being the 7-star operators. I haven't even used Wang. I feel like Wang is stronger than Tragodia, to me. But I think it should be very close. They should share first place together, almost. Yeah, they have different roles, I feel. But it kinda feels equally strong. Maybe this is the one that I kinda don't wanna give an actual first place to only one person. I might wanna say Tragodia and Wang should be on the podium together. So let's do that. Who kings? Who's the current weakest 6-star? Oh, I feel rude. Is it Nasty? Or is it TT? Oh, it could be TT as well. Loloni seems strong, but he's very new for me to decide that. I think SG is quite pure damage, right? There isn't much utility stuff going on. She's like a very pure chain caster thing going on, which means that she's very replaceable. Sancta's still good because Sancta helps the ammo-based teams, which makes him not the worst. I mean, very clear-cut, a lot of the frontal 6-stars are not bad. Like Mantra is strong, Sakiko is strong, Hoshi is strong. Paramedics has a cool niche, Silver Ash is strong as well. I think it's within the 3 of the people there. It's within the SG, Nasty, TT. Oh, but that almost makes me say that you can skip the next 3 banners. Oops. I didn't do a good promotion, guys. You can sleep after Silver Ash Alter and Paramedics Alter because the 3 6-stars after this are quite suspicious. Yeah, the very niche 6-stars. I think SG is the worst of this year, right now. It could change. I don't know. You know what? I don't think it will change. Good. She's the welfare unit, so that's that. Yeah, Nasty can be fun. TT could be fun. Dawn Streak, Chen the Dawn Streak, I think also has some really cool stuff going on because she has the ability to change her damage type according to the enemy, which is good. Baloney has the whole, stays alive after he gets killed by his skill, which I think is a pretty useful thing, and the whole teleport stuff, also pretty good play. So yeah, but seriously though, year 6 and year 7 Arknights is something, man. These 6-stars are just pure insane. So it's just good that now Colonel Headhunting is at year 3, so when you get off-banner units, you're getting anything from year 4 to year 7. If you're pulling in the current Silver Ash Alter banner, Premonix Alter banner, or whatever in the future, off-banner 6-stars should feel really nice. So happiness in AK shall be granted to everyone. And that's that for my little fun topic. What a nice discussion to have. civil, and maybe you guys have a different opinion. You can comment down below on what you think. See you guys. Bye.